Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today let's talk about growth. What is growth? Growth is the process of intentionally expanding your mindset, your skills, your habits, and actions to become the person capable of creating the life you desire, be it financially, emotionally, or even spiritually or intellectually. Everybody talks about growth, but not so many people are intentional about taking action to grow. So let's dive into the video and talk about it extensively.
And it goes a little something like
You all summer and after I'll keep. Yes, today I want us to look at growth like I defined it at the beginning of the video. Not so many people are intentional about growing, even though they love to grow. If you don't like where you are, or you are not where you want to be, you want to grow. And funny enough, growth is not limited. So long as we are alive, we must continue to grow. What do I mean? If you look around you, for example, you will see like some old, aged people, some advanced people in the business world. They are still growing. They are not retiring. And if we want to judge by the Bible, you will see that our fathers in faith continued growing. They continued growing until they became unalive. So, but what do you do when you want to grow? That is what I want to talk about. Many people want to grow, but they are not, embracing or engaging in activities or things that will make them grow. So let's look at those things that will encourage you or that will help you to grow and become the person you want to be or be where you want to be in life. Number one on the list, if you want to grow, you want to be intentional. Intentionality. You must be intentional with yourself. You must be true to yourself if you truly want to grow. What do I mean? If, for example, I don't like where I am, I have a vision, I have a mission, or I have a purpose, I have a goal in mind, I must be intentional to tell myself that I don't like who I am or what my life has become. I must be true to myself. Being intentional is taking it seriously, being deliberate about it, being serious about it, like an athlete working towards getting a prize. So you want to be intentional about growth and where you are and where you want to be. That is talking about intentionality. Be serious with it. I don't like who I am. I don't like what my life has become. This is where I want to be. I'm not there yet. What do I do to get me there? So you want to be intentional about it. So number two is what? Awareness. What is awareness? Awareness is knowing where you are now, knowing the level you are in, knowing where you want to be, and knowing what you need to do that will get you there. You want to be aware of your environment. You want to be aware about the things that are going on in the generation that you are in. You want to be aware about things that are what? That are, that has passed by, that is no longer relevance, and things that you need to embrace, that are relevant and that will be relevant to the growth you desire. What are those things that you need to do that will take you to where you want to be? You want to be aware of those things. You want to ask questions. You want to be aware of it. Be aware of your life. What you can do and what you can't do. You want to understand yourself. Because opportunities abound, like they say, but not all opportunities we can do. Not everything you can do. Some may be good in business. So that is why you want to be aware. You want to know yourself. You want to know who you are. You want to know what you can do. You want to understand your personalities. You want to know what you can do so that you won't waste your time doing those things. And what you can do, you want to understand them about what you can do. That is it, talking about what? Awareness. Do you know who you are? Do you understand yourself? Do you understand your personality? Do you know those things that work with you? Do you know those things you can do? Do you know those things that you cannot do? Do you understand them? Are you aware of these things that will help you that you need to do, that will move you towards achieving that goal of yours, of growth? Things that will empower you to grow. Do you know them? And do you also know those things that you need to desist from, that will prevent you from growing? So number 3, what you want to do is you want to visualize where you want to be. You want to use the power of imagination and put yourself there. What do I mean? Look to the future with your spiritual eyes. Like God told Abraham, he said, look, after Lot has left him, he said, as far as your eyes can see, will I give unto you. God wasn't talking about our physical eyes. There was a day I was preaching this message to my children, and for them to understand, I had to use this illustration. I asked them, I said, okay, now we are in the sitting room in my house. I said, now see yourself in your classroom, in your school. All of them, I told them, be in your class, be in your seat in your class. And they were looking at me. I said, are you there? Can you see your school? They said, yes. Are you in your class now, in your mind? They said, yes. Are you seeing everything in your class? Maybe your sitting position, where your teacher sits, where your friend sits, the board where you copy from, and I started mentioning things in their classroom, and they said they can see it, and they started laughing. I said, now, are you seeing it with these physical eyes? They said, no. I said, but you can see it. They say, yes. I said, but not with these physical eyes. They say, yes. I said, that is what the spiritual eyes. I said, but you can see, that's to tell you there is an eye. There are eyes within you, outside what? These physical eyes. So therefore, you want to use that eyes, your inner eyes, that spiritual eyes, to see where you want to be. For example, where do you want to be 3 to 5 years from now? So you want to see yourself already there. Put yourself there. For example, if you say you want to be a speaker, see yourself speaking to a crowd in an auditorium, and you being what? In the altar, or what have you. Or you want to be an artist. You want to see yourself acting. See yourself acting. In fact, if you can't, see yourself directing a movie. Or you want to be a pastor, see yourself preaching to a crowd. So you want to be able to visualize that growth you desire. That thing, that picture that you have in your mind that is making you feel that you are not growing, that you are not where you want to be? Or what do you see? So you want to be able to visualize it with your power of imagination. That will take us to number 4. You want to be curious. You must be curious. What do I mean curious? You want to ask questions. You want to know, how do I get there? What will take me there? What do I do that will take me there? How do I change my circumstances now, what I'm doing now, and to engage in what I need to do to get me there? I want to look for people that are already living the kind of life you want to live. If possible, you want to go close to them. And sometimes it might be difficult for you to be close to those people. So you may want to be, seeing them from afar. People abound. There are people around you. You don't have to even be so close to them if you can't do that. You can have a mentor even without the mentor, even knowing that you are his or a mentee. How do you do that? You want to be close to them by what? Reading their book, listen to their podcasts, listen to them when they preach. If your mentor or your coach that will envisage, like I have so many mentors and coaches that don't even know me yet, some of them. So you want to listen to their podcast, like I said. So you want to attend their events. If they are invited for a conference, you want to make yourself available. You want to be curious. You want to see their life. You want to learn from them. So you must be curious enough for that life that you want, for that growth that you want. You want to see somebody already living that life, and you want to learn from that person. Because, like we know, he said the secrets of great men are in their stories. You may have to read their biography. For example, I want to be able to talk like, let's say, Michelle Obama. To do that, I want to be able to read books that she has written. I want to listen to her talk, to her speeches. Who is that person that you want to be like? That you see like somebody already living the kind of life that you want. You want to be curious enough to see how they get there. Listen to their story. What did they do? What did they study? What did they do? Are they into business? How are they living their life? You want to see their lifestyle. You want to know what they do with their life. And you want to learn from them and begin to pattern your life as they are. And in doing this, as a child of God too, you want to be careful. That person that you are liking their ways, do they have the same? That person that you are liking their lifestyle, do they have the same faith as you? So when it comes to the matter of faith, you want to be careful. So there are things, good things in the life of every man. But the most important thing is what? Making it home. After we have all gotten what we want to get on earth, we have all achieved, we have prospered, we have accomplished all our goals. The end is, did we make it home to be with our Creator? So you want to be careful about who your mentors or your coaches are. Do they have the same faith as you? So it's very important. I must chip this in. Even though you are liking that person, they are where you want to be. Will they be where you want to be after life here on earth? So on that, you want to be careful. No matter who that person is, who your mentor is or who your coach is, if they are not on the same journey with you, you want to be careful. You may want to look at them from a distance. Yes, faith is very important in matters of what? Growth. So that we will not grow here and waste our life in eternity. So that we will not grow here and waste our life in eternity. Like Jesus said, what shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and suffer the loss of his soul? Of what use is it that you have everything, you have accomplished everything, you are working with the people that you think matters on earth, that at the end of the day, when you are unalive, you are not able to see your Savior according to the word of God. So the person you admire, that you want to be like, be careful. You want to know them, their faith, what they believe in, before you start believing in what they believe in. And after being curious, you want to, like I said, curiosity and getting someone who has done what you want to do is very important. Modeling, you want to model somebody that has been on the journey you want to start, you want to go. For example, I want to be a digital entrepreneur. I must have somebody that has done the business before and has succeeded and is still succeeding, that I want to model after, that I want to ask questions. Yes, that is what we are talking about, curiosity and modeling. Another point we want to look at in the matter of growth is discipline. Discipline is very important. After being intentional, after being aware, carrying out your research, after you've been able to visualize where you want to be, after you are curious and you have a model of where you want to be or who you want to be, you want to be disciplined. Why discipline? If after all you have done, you've been able to go out for research, you now know what you want to do, you now know how to get to where you want to be in life, and there are things, of course, you have to do to change your lifestyle, to be who you want to be. You want to be disciplined, to be able to what? Follow the process. Discipline yourself. If you don't like where you were before, and now you are what? Treading a new course of where you want to be. You want to be disciplined, to be able to stop doing those things that you used to do that didn't get you to your goal. You want to be disciplined to do away with things that will not help you or take you to where you want to be. Sometimes, this is difficult, but it's true. If you are in the circle you are, may not encourage you growing. You may want to be disciplined enough. You have to be disciplined enough to let go, except you don't want to see growth. So discipline is very important. If after all said and done, you are not disciplined, you will not go far. That is why so many people are not going far. Discipline is the bridge that separates the achievers from the non-achievers. So to be an achiever, you must be disciplined, doing what needs to be done, irrespective of your feelings, whether you feel like it or not. It's discipline that will make you to be able to do the needful, even though it doesn't suit you. It might not be interesting, it might not be exciting. Without discipline, you will not be able to what? Follow the process that will lead you to growth, or to do the things that you need to do that will empower you for growth. Some people, like that's why they say, if wishes were horses, beggars would have ride. Some people will wish, they will plan, they will write, but at the end of the day, because of lack of discipline, they are not able to pursue that goal, or they are not able to release themselves to go through the process or the procedure or the method that will take them to growth. So discipline is very essential. So another thing you want to look about, I want to consider what your environments. You desire growth, but not all environments will empower you to grow. Not all environments will allow you to grow. What do I mean? Imagine the environment you are in the company where you are, where you go to, the places you visit, who you spend your time with, are your environments. Will they help you grow? The environment you are, where you are, the people you are with. Like somebody said, if for example I said, this 2025, I want to grow, I want to see myself in this level. And the people I am with, I have seen that being there and doing what we used to do or what we are doing will not take me there. What do? I'll have to change company. It's better to be alone than be in the company of people that will not encourage you to grow, or in the company that will look down on you, that think worst of you, or that will mock at your growth, or that will mock at you when you say, I don't like this level I'm in, I want to grow. So you want to be intentional about your environment. You will be able to create your own environment, an enabling environment that will support your growth. The environment where you are, the company you keep, will they support your growth? Or they will talk you out of it? Or some might even be envious of your growth. Some might even mock at your growth. So is it a group or a company that supports your growth? Or they are not true to themselves? Do you trust them? Do you have the same goal? Do you have the same ambition? Are they going to the same, are they having the same journey as you are? If the company you keep are not company that have the same goal as you, there is no point being in that company. So you must be in an environment that will support your growth. Without that, there will be no growth. You are striving to grow and they are pulling you back. You are striving to grow, they are pulling you back. And here I want to chip in. There are some people in marriages that their marriage is like a hindrance to their success in life. One partner may desire growth, may work on his or herself to see growth, and the other one is pulling them behind. So that is why you must look out for somebody that has the same purpose, the same goal with you before you embark on the journey of marriage or relationship. You must check very well. That partner, is it the one that will support your growth, that will encourage you, that will help you to see that you grow, become successful, to see that you improve in life, or is the one that is there to pull you back? So you want to pay attention to your environment. The environment you are in will either support your growth or not. And nobody likes stagnation. You must grow. But is your environment empowering you for growth? Or they are dragging you behind? You want to pay attention to your environment? If they are not, you want to create a new environment and do away with that environment. Everybody knows this adage that people say. You say, tell me who you move with, and I will tell you who you are. If you move with low lifers, no future ambitions, people that never think about how they are going to improve their life, you are going to remain where you are, and you start going down. So show me who you move with, and I will tell you who you are. So another thing you want to pay attention to, learning. Somebody that wants to grow must embrace and engage in continuous learning. You must be ready to study, to do your own research, and to learn. What do I mean? What kind of growth are you desiring? If you are desiring financial growth, you want to read books that talks about finances. You want to read book, listen to podcasts on finances. Is it financial growth? Is it intellectual growth? What kind of growth? Spiritual growth? So you need to embrace continuous learning. You want to be a professional in that area that you desire, that growth area of growth that you desire. And you want to study. You want to be able to separate yourself. If you look at it, the accounts of the Bible, those that God used, they were used when they were alone. The Bible mentioned, I called him alone and I blessed him. God called Abraham out of his kindred, out of his family. He had a purpose. Because if Abraham was still in their midst, I was telling somebody, Abraham, there would have been so much distraction. So you must separate yourself. You must have a place where you learn. You must embrace learning. You cannot continue to be in the crowd and be able to study. You must embrace continuous learning. And you must read, be ready to read. These days, many people don't read. All they want to do, they want to see that movie, do this online. It's not bad. But there must be time where you study. Somebody that wants to grow must be a continuous learner, continuous reader. They say readers are what? Leaders. You desire growth. Desire to grow because you want to be a leader in that what? Area that you desire growth. But you cannot get to that place that you envisage without learning. Growth is learning. If you see a child, a baby, growing, the child goes through various stages of what? Learning. The child has to learn how to sit. He has to learn how to crawl. He has to learn how to walk. He has to learn how to run. So also, if you desire growth, you must be ready to learn and be continuously reading and studying. For example, in a month, you should have a book that you have read. Apart from listening to podcasts, books in the area where you lack growth. You must look for books and be ready to sit down, discipline yourself, and study to move to the level you want to be. And apart from learning, you also want to do reflection. Daily, there must be daily reflection. What do I mean reflection? Meditation. A time you sit down and you must do that daily. Could be, let's say, 30 minutes every day. Think of where you are coming from. Think of where you are now. If you are not gotten to where you want to be, but are you in the process? What have you done? What are you doing? Look into your life and be true to yourself. That's why you must set daily goals. You must have routine that you must do every day. Most of us have goals for the year. What was it that you want to achieve this year before the year runs out? Where are you now? You want to have a daily reflection. What are you doing that is pulling you back or that is making you stagnated? What did you do yesterday that wasn't right? You must think about it and also prefer solution. Be true to yourself. Growth is inevitable. We all want to grow, but there is a process, procedures for those that want to grow. So have daily reflection. Maybe doing that early hours of the morning. Say, son of man, think of your life. Think of your life. Where are you now compared to where you want to be? Where are you now compared to last year? Where are you now in that goals that you set for yourself in the beginning or at the beginning of the year? You want to have what? A reflection. Daily. Very important. And also, you want to look for what? Motivations. You know yourself. That is why I mentioned about looking into yourself, being true to yourself, be intentional. What are things that motivate you? Things that push you towards the achievement of your goals and your objective. Like for me, exercise motivates me. Anytime I go out for exercise, any day I exercise, I am motivated to do the thing I need to do. Having a routine motivates me. What are things that motivate you? So those are the things you want to embrace on your journey of growth. So you want to begin to take action. Be intentional. Be aware. Visualize where you want to be. And you want to be able to what? Be curious and know the environment you are in. You want to embrace continuous learning. You want to do reflection on a daily basis. Meditate. Know where you are coming from. Know where you are now. Know where you want to be. Look at that process, that routine of yours. Is it working out? Do you want to re-strategize? You want to move out of your comfort zone. If where you are is not encouraging you to take action, do the thing you need to do, you want to get out of your comfort zone. What do I mean? Like my home, if I want to study, I will not be too serious because there are so many distractions. Kitchen is there, the TV is there, and of course my spouse too. He will distract me. So even though I'm a stay-home mom, I make my own schedule, know my routine, I go out of my home. I go to the library to do the things I need to do, to study. And sometimes I make contents in the library. So you may have to leave that comfort zone if your house is not conducive for you to be serious. Maybe you have children. You pick children from school and the whole house is noisy and you still want to do one or two things. So you want to what? Look into that too. You must have what? A separate place, a quiet place to do the things, to pay attention to yourself and to your self-growth, your self-improvements. Sometimes I take my children back from school, I take them home, and I go back again to the library. So that's why it's very good to have a routine. Do your morning duties, afternoon duties, evening duties. Plan your day, plan your time. Get organized. Get organized. If you actually want to see growth, you can't live life anyhow. You must be intentional about the way you live your life. You must be intentional about your choices. Not everybody you can move with. I'm not saying that they are bad people. They are not bad people, but they don't just fit in to where you want to be. They will not support you. They will not encourage you. You are not, trading the same course. So it won't be able to help each. There's time for play. When it's time for play, be available. Let them know when you are free and you can still mingle, but you cannot be there all the time. You may discuss with them. They might be, at first, they might be saying, where are you? We are no longer seeing you. You don't care about us anymore. Let them know, no, I've been looking into my life. I don't like where I am now. So I have a goal, there's something I'm pursuing. I want to grow, I want to improve. So I needed time for myself. I want to build myself, I want to build my life. I don't like what I'm saying about my life. Let them know. They might mock you. They might be so many side talk, but if you are somebody that is serious, one will actually see growth. You will be serious. So therefore, one will check yourself out of that comfort zone. Do the needful. Pay attention to your life. Look around you. What can you do? You may have to learn some skills. One may have to learn things online that will support your growth. Go online, do a research. If you can't do any research, you won't be able to grow. So therefore, I think I've said some few things. And if you enjoyed this video, you like this video, I want you to give it a thumb up. I also want you to subscribe for those that have not subscribed. Like my video, comment on it, and I also want you to share it. And this is a shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you for all you do. Let's always be there for each other, supporting one another to grow. You know how to improve ourselves and our families. Let's build a legacy for those children, for the next generation to come. With that, I want to say thank you for your time. See you in my next video. God bless you.